catching the Sigma female vibe, but more masculine energy instead. Okay, but like, hear me out. I turn into the most like Debbie Crocker ass bitch if I get digged down good. I don't know what it is. You present some real man energy around me, I turn into something real diff, but only around him. Around him, I'll be like, oh, well, whatever you say. Okay. You know, it is like a whole ass different person. You don't even know. I know I give off like modern woman alpha vibes or whatever. I'm really not. Unless you a pussy, then maybe. If you got orange parses, I'm pretty subby. Not gonna lie. I simp for orange parses. Pink even better. I said this, you know, it's actually funny. I said this, I don't remember when. And then people started DMing me their Warcraft logs and their RHRPaige. And some of these motherfuckers are pretty good. Like, maybe I should follow up. Be like, yo. So here's how this is my reasoning. I know it's like a joke. But like, when I say orange and pink parses, I genuinely feel that the amount of like effort and skill and like hand-eye coordination and like commitment it takes to become someone that can pink parse in a video game, like, they have to fuck good. When it comes to fucking, like, it's a skill. Some people are more talented, right? Some people just naturally gravitate towards being skilled in that department, and other people have to work harder, right? But like, it is not usually something that you pop off with out the gate as a man. Like, men, sorry to say, you guys gotta try harder in bed. Like, yeah, you just do. If you want the girls who are super into it, I guess you don't really have to try hard if you're it's more of just like a getting off situation and she doesn't have a high libido, and enjoy that life, y'all. Can't relate. So I feel like it takes a lot of like effort and energy and commitment, and I just feel like someone who pink parses would totally bring that to their pipe game. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I just feel like people who can parse that high are on like a different level of like humanity. Like Savix, dude, I don't want to like start another whole ass ordeal about this that you guys are gonna ship, but yeah, I'll make it real simple for you, okay? Here's how you know if you're bad in bed. If you're one of those guys who has ever uttered the words, "I've never had any complaints," you're bad in bed. Especially if you have ever uttered the words, "Did you come?" If you have to ask. If you're just like the type of dude that just went through life and just didn't try to get better at it, or try to be self-aware, or try to always be taking it to the next level, then you're just probably average in bed. I mean, that is how it is. Gotta work on that oral game. Honestly, you guys are always gonna do this to me. You're always just gonna get me on this shit, aren't you? Like, we're never gonna escape it. That's okay. That's okay. I will single-handedly turn you all into sex gods. Let's go. I got you, fam. We got this, bro. There's two types of girls in the world. It's a roughly 80-20 split, okay? When it comes to like getting off. Around 80% of girls get off primarily from their bean. Meaning, that's what you mean when you say the oral game. Because a large, and I mean a very large percent of women, primarily just, you could just go down on them for like 20-30 minutes, and then that's good enough for them. And then you just do what you can, just do your business. She doesn't really care how long it lasts. She doesn't really care about any of it because they don't get off on penetration. Like, it's not like it doesn't feel good or the act isn't like intimate and nice, but they're not straight up like having like a whole ass orgasm from the PIV. You know, 20% of women, these would be your freaks. These are your strippers. What was the hot crazy Matrix guys? Like your redheads, your strippers. Them bitches, like me, get off on the whole thing. Redhead strippers, combat rogues. For real, dude. For real. Yeah, so that would be me. So those girls / me get off on putting it in, okay? So what that means is, it's not that, so like those girls / me, they'll still like, you know, the bean. But it's not as, like, I'll take good stroke game over good oral like any day. If you want a girl to submit to you, you gotta learn how to make her submit, bro. It's that fucking simple. I have a micro penis. So look, like, having a micro penis is legitimately not the end of the world, okay? You just can't date girls named Tiffany or Paige because you gotta put it in, and you gotta put it in good. So for the girls that get off from actually putting it in, you gotta make the whole act really hot and intense and fiery and passionate, but also you gotta have good like stroke game, okay? And this is something that it has to do with like good rhythm, has to do with like a good control over your ejaculatory situation. I tried to bang a girl once with a strap on and it was hard. Not everyone can do this for sure. But yeah, if you want to date your redheads and your strippers and your girls named Tiffany, one thing you have to not do, a lot of guys, there's like, I could have a whole list of shit that guys fuck up in bed. Okay, number one is they put it in, like you put it in and they immediately just go like this. That's not how the G-spot works. You cannot like overstimulate that thing. It's like when you guys like whack off, do you just like, you know, immediately just like grab the head of it and just like fucking go ham on it? Like, no. Women who get off from putting it in are the best thing about life. Okay, yeah, but they also tend to be hoey because they tend to like to fuck, right? So that's the trade-off. You're not gonna get as much of your nice, sweet, modest girls, you know. They're gonna be different. Life pro tip, if you have 3 or 4 drinks, you'll last way longer. Yeah, but you'll fuck way worse overall. Your awareness is less good. Your hand-eye coordination is less good. You'll, like a lot of guys when they drink, they'll go to like do like a finger bang and they'll just like scratch the shit out of your cervix because they're not like aware. It would be much better if you learn to fuck good sober instead of trying to use crutches. I think a lot of guys try to use crutches. You can't use a crutch. You just gotta figure that shit out, bro. I don't know how. I cannot teach you how to do it. I can just tell you what the end product looks like, okay? Problem is most women can't teach you. Karen from Starbucks doesn't even know how to get off, let alone give you pointers. You're not wrong, bro. You're really not wrong. So like, I can't teach you how to get there, but I can tell you what you're going for. First, you can't just like, you gotta crescendo, right? So good stroke game. And then you have to like watch for like the body language and the like response. And then whenever it seems like she's getting a real extra excited, motherfucker, do not change the rhythm. Holy shit. If I had $1 for the amount of times I have been edged because a motherfucker needed to change the rhythm because I started to like it and he's like, oh, she likes it. Better change what I'm doing. Don't do that. Don't change anything. Not the pace, not the position, nothing. Do the same fucking thing for like 5 more minutes if that's what it takes. That is pointer number 2. Pointer number 3, too many guys just put most of their dick in there and then are only actually moving like this much in and out, so they're going like this. And here's the thing, you can like move you don't need a big dick to have like long movements. You don't need to have an 8-inch dick to do this. I don't actually know what you need to do. You have to have good core or something, or good glutes. Like I think you need to be maybe a little bit in shape to be able to like keep it in, whether it's like 4 inches or 5 inches or whatever, or 6, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of guys who feel like it's like they're afraid their dick is gonna fall out, and so they fuck like they're afraid their dick is gonna fall out. And it's probably because their dick is gonna fall out because they're not good at fucking. And listen, I'm not hating on you guys on that type of guy. Don't get me wrong. Like, one time I told you, one time I put a strap on and I tried to bang this Polish girl, and this was like a big dildo, and I couldn't keep that thing from falling out either. So I feel you. I was very emasculated in that moment. I could not keep this dildo and this Polish chick to save my fucking life. It just kept falling out, dog. Like, I couldn't handle it. Worst thing is when you're hitting the right spot and your fucking leg starts cramping. I think it's okay if you take like a second to adjust, but like go back to the same thing, but not if you change it up. The full pull out. Well, no, you don't have to go full, but like just trying to figure out how to get like, okay, so like, you know, here's your normal wiener, right? Like, so a lot of guys will go like this, and then they'll just be like this. What you want is like this. Not like necessarily this, but you want like that, you know? The fact that you guys did not know this honestly stresses me the fuck out. I would venture to bet the motherfuckers who parse pink definitely know all this. So if you parse pink, you'll call me. So the last thing was this. I wanted to figure out where I am on the scale here. So hot, crazy line. Every woman is at least a 4 crazy. So you don't date under average ever. I would like to make an adjustment to the no-go zone, okay? Here's some more sage advice for you guys, okay? This right here, this is called practice, all right? Because, you know, ugly girls need loving too. If you guys want to practice that stroke game, you go for your 2, 3, and 4s. All right, y'all should really stop trying to go in here. Like, too many of the, like, that's the mistake all you guys be making out here, right? You're like, oh, I only want a girl who's like a 6 or a 7 or whatever. So you guys are all like trying to woo these girls, and then you like finally get the opportunity and you fucking choke. You fucking choke because like you weren't ready for this. All right, practice makes perfect, okay? You gotta get those reps in, you know what I'm saying? You need to get those target dummies going. Don't be afraid, you know, like It's gonna feel good. You might gotta close your eyes. You might need a paper bag, but you get it done, sir. All right, so stop ignoring this category. This is a very important category for your development, sirs. So as we go up on the crazy scale and the hot scale, personally, I don't think I'm actually this crazy. Yes, I'm a redhead and a stripper, and my mom's name is Tiffany. But I think maybe that's not me. Well, maybe I'm giving myself too credit. Maybe I'm in the practice zone. What's a 4 look like? A 4 is probably, honestly, just gonna be a girl who's like kind of chubby in the wrong ways. Not chubby in the thick way. You know, girls who have like maybe like don't know how to take care of themselves fully yet. I honestly feel like most people, like the majority of people on this planet, if they actually like took care of themselves, don't eat like shit, aren't covered in acne, don't have excess weight, most people are pretty good looking and the best version of themselves. Like there's not a whole lot of girls who are just straight up ugly, even if they're fit and you know, and well cared for. There's honestly, I really just don't think there's like almost any girl who's under a 5 where it's an issue of her of just pure genetics. I really don't. I think it's pretty hard to be that bad looking. So I think really when you're talking in the you know, an ugly girl, you're talking about girls are like, you know, bad skin, don't take care of their hair that well or know how to, don't really wear any makeup, and they're already kind of like plain. Maybe they have like fucked up teeth or something that kind of like fucks up their whole face. Maybe they have like a beyond, like a large nose, but like a really, not even like a cute big nose, like a big fucking nose. Just sort of like, you know, not the best facial features. Maybe like thin, kind of wispy hair, not very, you know what I'm saying. Not in shape, very average, or above, or like out of shape, like those kind of girls. You know what I'm saying? And you want us to fuck that? Yes. Yes, use a condom, but yes, you gotta practice, homie, all right? Because look, just because she don't look good don't mean her vajayjay don't feel good. I'm telling you what, these girls will bang you. These girls will not bang you. These girls right here, okay, like, these girls, like, you gotta have money, you gotta be hot, you gotta have game, like one of those 3. So you guys are on Twitch in the World of Warcraft category, so it's a safe bet that you are not one of these guys unless you parse pink. When are you supposed to become a sex god if you can't fuck those girls and you refuse to fuck these girls? If you have to ask what's a 4 look like, then you need practice. True. 4s try the hardest in bed. Yeah, man, don't knock fat girl blowjobs. Do not knock that. And by the way, guys, when you go to practice on these hoes, okay, make them feel pretty, even if they aren't. Don't do this shit where you act like she's just whatever to you. Like, make them feel cute. It'll help. She'll really suck your dick then. I'm telling you what. She'll try super hard if you make her feel pretty, even though she a 4. This is the fun zone. 5, 6, 7 to 8 girls, but they're a little crazy. She's crazy, but like really hot. So it's okay because she's an 8, 9, or 10, so you'll date her anyway because she's like really hot. So you date them and have fun. Okay, I've definitely been in this zone before, I think. Or maybe I've been in the fun zone. I think I'm definitely, this has happened. I don't know, I don't really care about this zone. But so the unicorn where you're like not crazy at all. You're supposed to F ugly girls and make them feel pretty. The reason you have to make them feel pretty is because you need to teach them, you need to practice being able to woo a bitch. So you need to figure out like what works and like what's corny, because I'll tell you what, even girls who are like 2, 3, and 4s still get a lot of attention from men. 2, 3, 4 girls, like a lot of them still get like a pretty decent amount of attention to where like they still think like there's a lot of girls that are like 3s and 4s who 100% think they're 7s, and they oftentimes get treated like 7s. So it's just as good practice to like work on wooing them, even if you don't really mean what you say. Then you'll know what works on like these bitches. Unicorn is either an ex-guy or doesn't exist. I think I'm definitely probably down here on the crazy scale. So I'm just not sure where I fall on the numeric scale. So I don't think I can 100% say I'm a unicorn. I think some guys probably think I'm a unicorn, and like some guys probably think I'm just fun, and like crazy motherfuckers think I'm in the wife zone. And like maybe I don't think I'd be in this zone though. I'm surprisingly not nuts. I'm too reasonable. I'm like overly reasonable. I think sometimes I should be crazier, to be honest. I think I'd have a better life. Most girls who will jump on your dick for your parse are in the practice zone. Paige is the exception. Are you throwing shade at the e-girls in the game with the fucking flower rests on their head? And they send you like super filtered Snapchat photos of them in high school, but it's been 10 years and they gained 100 pounds? Is that what you mean? The girls that'll jump on your dick for a parse? You mean those girls, right? Crazy will suck your dick in the car, but will cut you if you you look at another girl. Here's me, like, if you're like, oh, so I'll point out a girl and I'll be like, yo, she's hot. And then if he thinks she's hot too, I'd be like, yeah, I'd fuck her or whatever. Or if he notices, I'll be like, all right, let's see it. Let's see if she's down. I actually think it's kind of hot if the guy I'm with has like an easy time getting girls to want to bang him. So like, I just let him. If he can swing it, go for it, bro. Let's do it together. But like 9 times out of 10 in those type of situations, the girl usually wants to fuck me more than she wants to fuck the guy I'm with. There has been an exception, but that guy beat the shit out of me.